Ladies and gentlemen, in a world that constantly demands strength, resilience, and leadership, many men unknowingly adopt behaviors that weaken them in the eyes of women and, more importantly, in their own eyes. Strength is not just about physical power or wealth, it is about character, discipline, and the ability to navigate life's challenges with dignity. Yet so many fall into patterns that erode their confidence, self-respect, and masculinity. Today we are going to talk about 10 attitudes that make you weak and how to eliminate them using timeless wisdom and stoic techniques. The first attitude that weakens you is seeking validation from others, especially women. When a man constantly looks for approval, he gives away his power. A strong man does not base his worth on someone else's opinion, he defines it himself. If your confidence rises and falls based on whether a woman compliments you or acknowledges you, then you are not in control of yourself, others are. True confidence comes from within, from knowing who you are and what you stand for, regardless of external validation. The second attitude is being emotionally reactive. Life is full of challenges, and people, including women, will test your patience. A man who loses his temper easily, gets offended at small things, or reacts impulsively shows that he is not in control of himself. Stoicism teaches us that emotions are natural, but they should not control us. When you master your emotions, you earn respect because you show that you can handle any situation with calmness and logic. Women respect men who do not let their emotions dictate their actions. The third attitude that weakens you is playing the victim. Life is unfair, there is no denying that. But complaining about your circumstances, blaming others, or expecting pity does not make you stronger. A man who constantly complains about how hard life is only pushes people away. Strength comes from taking responsibility for your situation and working to improve it. A man who owns his failures and works toward success, despite difficulties, earns admiration. The fourth attitude is being afraid of rejection. Many men let the fear of rejection paralyze them. They avoid taking risks, speaking their mind, or pursuing what they truly want. The fear of hearing no holds them back in relationships, careers, and personal growth. A strong man understands that rejection is a part of life. It is not a statement of his worth, it is simply a redirection. Every great leader, businessman, and historical figure faced rejection. What set them apart was their ability to move forward despite it. The fifth attitude that makes a man weak is having no purpose. A man without a mission in life drifts without direction. He becomes overly focused on relationships, desperate for attention, and easily manipulated. Women respect men who have a sense of purpose, whether it is in their career, personal development, or a passion they pursue. A man with purpose does not chase, he builds. And when you build, people, including women, naturally gravitate toward you. The sixth attitude that weakens a man is excessive neediness. There is a difference between being emotionally available and being emotionally dependent. A needy man constantly seeks reassurance, craves attention, and fears being alone. This drains relationships and makes him less attractive. True strength comes from being comfortable with yourself, enjoying solitude, and understanding that your happiness is not dependent on another person. The seventh attitude that makes a man weak is lacking self-discipline. A man who cannot control his impulses, whether it is laziness, bad habits, or addictions, shows that he is not the master of his own life. Discipline is the foundation of success. If you cannot discipline yourself to wake up early, work on your goals, or control your desires, how can you expect to lead others? Women and people in general respect men who are in control of themselves. The eighth attitude that weakens you is avoiding discomfort. Growth requires struggle. Many men choose the easy path, avoiding confrontation, shying away from responsibility, and staying in their comfort zone. But strength is forged in adversity. When you embrace challenges, step outside your comfort zone, and face difficulties head-on, you build resilience. The more you endure, the stronger you become. The ninth attitude that makes a man weak is being overly apologetic. There is a time to apologize when you are wrong, but constantly saying sorry for things that do not require an apology makes you appear unsure of yourself. A man who always seeks to please others, even at the cost of his own beliefs, loses respect. Stand by your words, own your decisions, and do not apologize for who you are. The 10th and final attitude that weakens you is letting others control your happiness. When you allow your mood, self-worth, and confidence to be dictated by how others treat you, you give them power over your life. True inner strength comes from being content within yourself, independent of others' opinions or actions. A man who finds happiness within is unstoppable because nothing and no one can take that away from him. Conclusion. A strong man is not one who is free from challenges, emotions, or failures. He is one who masters himself despite them. If you recognize any of these attitudes within yourself, do not be discouraged. Awareness is the first step toward change. Strength is built daily, in small moments, through discipline, through resilience, and through the ability to remain unmoved by things outside of your control. You do not need validation, you do not need to chase approval, and you do not need to prove yourself to anyone. You simply need to become the best version of yourself. That is what commands true respect. It's an undeniable truth that in today's world, much emphasis is placed on outward appearances, status, and performance. Whether it's through the lens of media, social expectations, or peer pressure, the modern man is constantly told how he should behave, what he should value, and whom he should impress. However, the question, from taking risks, from being authentic, and from putting yourself out there, a man who fears rejection is a man who limits himself. The reality is that rejection is inevitable. Every successful person, every great leader, has faced rejection. Rejection is not a reflection of your worth, it is a reflection of a moment in time. It is not final. When you understand that rejection is simply part of the journey, you stop fearing it. You start seeing it as feedback and a redirection. A man who is not afraid to fail, to be rejected, to hear no from time to time, becomes unstoppable. That is a man who is truly strong. The fifth attitude that weakens you is having no purpose. A man without purpose is like a ship without a rudder, drifting aimlessly, pulled in whatever direction the wind blows. Without a clear sense of mission, you are susceptible to being swayed by fleeting desires, the approval of others, or societal expectations. This lack of purpose leads to confusion, frustration, and ultimately dissatisfaction. A strong man knows what he is working toward. Whether it's a career, a personal goal, or a vision for the future, he moves with intention. His life has meaning, and this is evident in everything he does. Women are drawn to men who have a clear sense of purpose, because a man with purpose radiates confidence and direction. The sixth attitude is excessive neediness. There is a difference between wanting to connect with others and being overly dependent on their attention. Neediness is a sign of insecurity. It's the constant craving for reassurance, for attention, for approval, and for affection. A needy man is a man who feels incomplete without others, and this behavior is draining. It creates an imbalance in relationships. A strong man, however, does not seek to fill a void through others. He is whole on his own. He does not demand affection, attention, or approval from others because he is secure in himself. His relationships are built on mutual respect, not desperation. Women respect men who are not needy, but instead are emotionally stable and independent. The seventh attitude that weakens a man is lack of self-discipline. Self-discipline is the foundation of all success. A man who lacks discipline allows his desires, temptations, and emotions to dictate his actions. Whether it's procrastination, overeating, spending beyond one's means, or any other form of indulgence, a man without discipline is a man who lacks control over his life. True strength is not measured by your ability to withstand temptation for a moment. It's measured by your ability to make the right choice consistently, day in and day out. A disciplined man knows what he wants and is willing to work hard and delay gratification to achieve it. Women respect men who are consistent, focused, and committed to their goals. The eighth attitude that weakens you is avoiding discomfort. Growth happens only in discomfort. A man who avoids challenges, confrontation, and anything that pushes him outside of his comfort zone is a man who stunts his own growth. Strength is built in moments of hardship, not when things are easy. Stoicism teaches us that the path to excellence is through struggle. When you face challenges head-on, you become more resilient, more capable, and more prepared for the future. A man who embraces discomfort, who challenges himself daily, who steps into the unknown, becomes the kind of man that others admire. Women are attracted to men who are not afraid to take on challenges, who step up when needed, and who grow from adversity. The ninth attitude is being overly apologetic. There's a time to apologize, and there's a time to stand firm in your beliefs. However, many men have developed the habit of apologizing for everything from their actions to their mere existence. This constant apology signals weakness and insecurity. A man who apologizes unnecessarily is signaling that he lacks conviction. Stand by your words, stand by your beliefs, and only apologize when you truly are in the wrong. This shows strength and integrity. Women respect men who are firm in their decisions and who don't apologize for being true to themselves. Finally, the 10th attitude that weakens a man is letting others control your happiness. Your happiness is not dependent on others. When you place your happiness in the hands of others, you make yourself vulnerable. If someone treats you poorly, your mood fluctuates. If they ignore you, you become upset. True strength comes when you learn that your happiness is within you. It is not dependent on external validation, relationships, or circumstances. When you control your own happiness, you create a sense of inner peace that no one can take away from you. A man who is content with himself is a man who exudes confidence, and women are naturally drawn to that energy. In conclusion, true strength is not about how much you can lift or how many battles you can win. It is about how well you can control your own mind, how disciplined you are in your actions, and how calm you can remain in the face of adversity. When you eliminate these weak attitudes and replace them with the principles of stoicism, self-control, purpose, discipline, and resilience, you will no longer feel the need to prove yourself to anyone. Your strength will speak for itself, and you will command respect naturally. So, ladies and gentlemen, I urge you to take a hard look at yourself. Identify the areas where you have been weak, where you have allowed these attitudes to control you, and begin to change them today. You will find that not only will you earn the respect of women, but you will also gain the respect of yourself. And that is the most powerful thing of all.